So today is my birthday! What? I'm 22 today, which, as I like to call it, is a Tim Hortons birthday. Get it? Because the numbers are a double-double. Only my Canadian friends are gonna get that. Oh well. And I figured today is as good as any day to do a Throwback Thursday tour of all my old photographs. Of course, all the photographs I have with me at school are on my walls, pretty much, so it's also kind of gonna be a little bit of a room tour. So here we go. There's a picture of Bobby and Elias. That's me and Hannah after one of her plays. I think that one was Anne of Green Gables. There's me and Mum. There's Bruno in the fall. That's a very baby Bruno. That's one of my favorite pictures of him. There's a picture of Dad with a thing hanging in front of his face, and Mum's in the background. There's me and Gavin. I think that one's from this year, from our grandparents' 50th anniversary party. There's Bruno again. And there's Mum and Wilder. There's me and Wilder at his birthday party. That was his first birthday, I believe. There's my own print of the painting that I showed you back when I did my first room tour. Link in the description. Family photo at Christmas dinner. That's like 5 or 6-year-old me with my old dog Kayla. As you can see, we've downsized quite a bit with Bruno. The Doctor and Clara. Got a series of panels. The 2 dragons are watercolor paintings, and then the other 2 are multimedia collages of pictures and just stuff that I like. It's kind of like Charlie McDonnell's wall of stuff, only smaller and more portable. I really like dragon type Pokemon, as you can probably tell. That's a painting I did of Catalina Macaw? I think it's Catalina Macaw. It might be a Harlequin Macaw. I don't remember. It's a hybrid macaw. That's a picture of little me with an armadillo. That's another picture of little me with a barred owl. Everyone else who tried to get a picture with the barred owl, the owl kept trying to fly away from them. I was the only one it sat still for. Bird whispering even then. And there's a much older picture of me when I was like 5, and that's me feeding a mouse to an owl. Up in the Kingston area there was a lady, Kit Chubb, and she ran a wildlife rehabilitation facility specifically for birds, and this owl was one of her permanent residents. And basically she said to 5-year-old me, "Hey, do you want to feed a dead mouse to an owl?" And I said, "Do I?" It's a good riddance card from Bobby and fam. Got a pop-up hug in the middle. There's a watercolor portrait of one of my hens, Madame Rouge. She's the top of the pecking order back home. There's a picture of Mum on our first visit to Nova Scotia. This was when we did the Cape Breton Trail, and it was awesome. There's another picture of Gavin and I. This is a thing Mum got me, I think from when she went to LA the first time to visit my big brother before he moved to Canada. That's supposed to be my name, I guess. And then you have my Pokemon cutouts. There's me, and Butterfree, and Growlithe, and Bulbasaur, and Dragonair, and Pidgeot and Raichu. There's more Pokemon stuff. That's a watercolor painting that I did. More pictures of my nephews, Elias and Wilder. A thank you card from one of my sets of grandparents for their 50th anniversary gift. Wind Waker me. God, I love Wind Waker. There's Bruno. There's Bobby and the kids. There's a watercolor painting I did of Hyacinth Macaw and a Pacific Parrotlet. That's Hannah and I after her high school production of Guys and Dolls. She had the lead female role. That's a cutout of a picture that I just did one day. His mother was a dragon. His father was a very brave mouse. There's another picture of baby Bruno. When we got him, he had, like, button ears, like that. But eventually they learned how to stand up on their own, but one learned faster than the other, and so he looked like that for a while, and it was adorable. Now the other side of my room, Pokemon the first movie. You know you're jealous of that poster. It's a historical map of Scotland, or so it says. I think my parents got that for me out of a thrift store. Is it just me, or does that bishop look like he's flipping the bird? My Doctor Who poster. Naturally right next to a metallic print of Van Gogh's Outdoor Cafe. That's me with my nephew Wilder as a newborn. It was so tiny. It was a very bold sparrow that I met on my trip to New York City with my high school band class. That's a watercolor of a chickadee. There's my grandparents. There's my big brother in our restaurant. There's a peacock card that my Aunt Marla sent me. That's a cutout of a drawing that I did because I was really happy with the wings on it. Originally it was going to be a dragon, and then it kind of turned out more cockatoo-like, so it's like a dragon crossed with a Major Mitchell's cockatoo. Here's my little brother's graduation photo. There's a family photo from Christmas a couple years ago. More Bruno. My parents and myself wearing our LA Bob's hats. Gavin and Bruno and I eagerly awaiting Christmas Day. I think that was last year. There's our hens from when we first got them. Their combs and wattles are much bigger now, since they've matured. They were still quite young. Bruno dog, snug as a bug in a rug. My big brother and my nephew on the swings. My nephew Wilder, contemplating the secrets of life. A watercolor painting I did of my very first team. My first Pokemon game was Gold, so I started with a Chikorita, I believe was my first Pokemon, and kind of worked from there. There's a crayon drawing Hannah sent me in my first year of university, and I had it laminated to preserve it. That's a peacock card that Hannah sent me, and the envelope, because the envelope was really pretty too, so I hung that up too. The last unicorn poster, which is signed by Peter S. Beagle. Thank you, Hannah, for getting that for me. There's another picture of Bruno, another picture with Wilder when he was a newborn, just a slightly different angle. There's a Photoshop picture of me that I got at the local library in the town I was living at the time. We had a Harry Potter day. There's myself and Hannah after another one of our high school productions. I went pretty much every year. There's another picture of Gavin and I. He is so much taller than me now. This is a card with a rat terrier on it that Hannah found for me. I don't even know how she managed to find a card with a rat terrier on it, because there's like nothing with rat terriers on it in Canada. Mostly because they aren't recognized by the Canadian Kennel Club. Oh my god, it's adorable and it makes me so happy. And finally, a picture of my mom and baby me and my old dog Kayla in front of the first house that I remember anyway. You might recognize this photo from my very first video, Thoughts from Places St. Thomas, link in the description. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I am going to go do something for my birthday, I guess. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye! Charlie's just hanging around.